Hello, dear students of class 8, class 9, and class 10. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Farooq Loan. Today, we'll be doing parts of sentence. As you already know, we have many parts of a sentence in terms of speech, like we have noun, verb, preposition, adjective, adverb. But today, we have something else that means in terms of function. We have so many parts that have some function in the sentence, and today we'll be talking about transitive verbs and intransitive verbs and linking verbs, and then I will have some exercise for you uh, in the final slide. Okay, let's go to the slides and see what we have. So we'll be talking about transitive and intransitive verbs, and let's start from here. Not every verb takes a direct object. So that means there are some verbs which does not take any object, does not take any direct object. Example here is here. I built last year, so it's incomplete sentence. It doesn't give you the complete idea. This sentence feels incomplete. Something is missing. So don't you feel that something should be here or here? Like I built something last year, or you can say I built last year something. So this is what happens um, with the verb when it does not have any object. So it seems incomplete and it seems strange and weird. Oh, what did I build? It doesn't have any answer for it. To complete the idea, I should add a direct object here, like I here. See this example. I built a house last year. So I built a house. Here you can see it's a direct object here. I built a house last year. Now the idea is complete. As you see, this gives you the complete meaning. And now moving further. So an opposite example is this: I ran yesterday. So here you have seen that I built a house. It you have to be very cautious here, that you have to use a direct direct object here, that's the house. But in this case, it's complete in itself, this sentence: I ran yesterday. So you need not to put any object here. The sentence is complete fine, just like that, right? The idea is complete and the verb doesn't require a डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. सो यहाँ पे वर्ब के लिए हमने कोई डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं ढूंढना है, नहीं लगाना है. ओके, सो लेट्स गो फर्दर. Verbs that take direct objects are called transitive verbs. So ऐसे verbs जो direct objects को लेते हैं उनको हम transitive verbs कहते हैं. Like I have the meaning of transitive verb is incomplete without a direct object. So transitive verbs सेंटेंस में ऑब्जेक्ट के बगैर नहीं रह सकते हैं. You ought to use the object there if you are dealing with these transitive verbs. Example is here: she's drinking glass of water. So drinking is transitive verb because it takes the direct object here, that is glass of water. So moving further, verbs that don't take direct objects are called intransitive verbs. जो डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट्स नहीं लेते हैं, जिनको ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है ऑब्जेक्ट की, उनको हम बोलते हैं intransitive verbs. Like intransitive verbs, like the meaning of an intransitive verb is complete by its own. It's complete. यहाँ पे जो है ये sentence एक complete है. So you need not to put any object here. You can add some description to the sentence, like you can elongate this sentence, elaborate this sentence, but without those things also the sentence is complete. It has a complete idea in it. Let's move further. So transitive, as the word suggests, the transitive comes from the Latin, that means to go across. तो इसीलिए हम इनको ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब्स कहते हैं, क्योंकि ये डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट लेते हैं. यानी जो एक्शन होता है या जो इसकी मीनिंग है वो दूसरे पे डिपेंड होती है, इसीलिए इसको हम ट्रांजिटिव, द इंटरनियम ऑफ इट इज़ Intransitive verb means not transitive. Moving further, so here what I have done is you see the green words. These green words are transitive verbs, and the red ones are the objects. These transitive verbs take these red words and they are objects here. I will underline for you these transitive verbs, and I will encircle for you the direct objects. And the first example is, could you bring an umbrella? So bring is an transitive, bring is the transitive verb and umbrella is the object here. They bought a yacht. I read all his books. He teaches driving. You promised to take us home. She plays the drums. So as you have seen that these can be incomplete if you mute these encircled words. Could you bring what? So it seems incomplete. There has to be an object to complete the meaning of the sentence. Could you bring an umbrella? So they bought is an incomplete sentence. I read incomplete sentence. He teaches incomplete sentence. You promised incomplete sentence or phrase. She plays incomplete sentence. So you have to use a object here in order to uh, give the sentence the complete meaning. So examples of intransitive verbs. The intransitive verbs is green and bold. Here we have intransitive verbs. You don't find here any object, direct or indirect. Let's go is in complete sentence. The kids are jumping, so it's complete. And this kids are jumping. Jumping is actually an intransitive verb because it does not take any object here. Sam is sleeping. We will talk. He sits here. Her stomach aches sometimes after lunch. So it does not take any direct object here. So they are intransitive verbs. Many English verbs can be used both as intransitive and transitive and intransitive verbs. ऐसे भी verbs हैं जिनको हम इस्तेमाल as transitive verbs कर सकते हैं, as intransitive verbs कर सकते हैं. For example, we have we won. यहाँ पे green जो है ये transitive verb, intransitive verb है, and we won the game. यहाँ पे ये transitive verb है because the action जो गेम है गेम पे हो रहा है और ये ऑब्जेक्ट है यहाँ पर. दैट मीन्स वन इज द ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब बिकॉज ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब्स वो होते हैं जिनके साथ ऑब्जेक्ट होता है. सो यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई द ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब हियर बाय इट्स ऑब्जेक्ट. दैट्स द गेम हियर. So it has a double meaning. That's the game here. Both of these sentences are correct. The verb one is intransitive in the first sentence, as I already told you. One in the first sentence is intransitive and transitive in the second one. Let's move further. Some more examples. Transitive verbs are green and intransitive verbs are red. So I will write for you here. These green ones are transitive verbs and red ones are here intransitive verbs. So Nicole opened the door. It's transitive. Suddenly the doors opened. It's intransitive. Will you help us? Transitive. She never helps around the house. Intransitive. Jimmy runs a successful company. So what is it? It's transitive. Jimmy runs very fast. So it's intransitive. So you have yourself seeing that. Okay, I will explain it further. Nicole opened the door. So door is the object here, and opened is the verb here. Nicole is the subject here, and Nicole opened what? He opened the door. So this is the intransitive verb because it has the object here. Suddenly the door opened. So it doesn't have the direct object here or any object here. So this is intransitive verb. Will you help us? So help verb, us is the object. So it is the transitive verb. She never helps. So she never helps. It doesn't have any subject here, and don't go with the phrase around the house. It's not the object here. Helps. She never helps with what? So it hasn't any object here, so it means it is an intransitive verb. Jimmy runs a successful company. Again, Jimmy runs a successful company here. As you see, Jimmy runs a successful company. That means it is an object. Jimmy runs very fast, so there isn't any fast. It's here we have, sorry, okay, here we have Jimmy runs very fast, adjective, but don't have any object here, so it is intransitive. Okay, let's move further. Now we have linking verbs. What are linking verbs? So as the name suggests, a linking verb is a verb that connects the subject with an adjective or a noun that identifies that describes it. For example, she seems very pleased. She seems very pleased. तो जो seems है ये कनेक्ट कर रहा है हमें pleased से विद द सब्जेक्ट. सब्जेक्ट और प्लीज्ड को आपस में कनेक्ट कर रहा है ये वर्ड, तो इसको हम लिंकिंग वर्ब कहते हैं. सो यहाँ पे एडजेक्टिव या नाउन के साथ ये कनेक्ट करता है. यहाँ पे हमारा है एडजेक्टिव, प्लीज जो है ये एडजेक्टिव है, सो इट इज़ अ कनेक्ट लिंकिंग वर्ब. सो एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ लिंकिंग वर्ब है बी के बहुत सारे फॉर्म्स हो सकते हैं. इज हो सकता है, सॉरी, इज हो सकता है, एम हो सकता है, वाज हो सकता है, वर हो सकते हैं, देन बिकम, टर्न एंड अदर्स. And they can be the forms of become and turn. Turn, like it can have the forms into a form in terms of tense, or it can have any forms in terms of number, like become, becomes, number हो गया, become, became, become, इसका tense हो गया. तो सिमिलरली टर्न भी है जो लिंकिंग वर्ब हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं एक सेंटेंस में. यहाँ पे एक सेंटेंस है आई एम अ सिंगर. सो जो एम है यहाँ पे ये फॉर्म बी है, तो ये कनेक्ट कर रहा है सिंगर के साथ. आई को सिंगर के साथ ये कनेक्ट कर रहा है. दैट मीन जो आई है यहाँ पे सब्जेक्ट है, यहाँ पे आई जो है ये सब्जेक्ट है, जो एम है वर्ब है, और जो सिंगर है ये नाउन है. सो सब्जेक्ट, वर्ब, नाउन, और जो यहाँ पे बीच में जो वर्ब है एम, ये इनको कनेक्ट कर रहा है, तो इसीलिए हम इनको बोलते हैं हम लिंकिंग वर्ब्स. सो एम कनेक्ट द सब्जेक्ट आई विद द नाउन सिंगर. द नाउन सिंगर टेल्स द आइडेंटिटी ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट आई. ही इज जैक. अगेन ही इज जैक. ही सब्जेक्ट हो गया, इज वर्ब हो गया, एंड जैक noun हो गया. So this is connects he with the jack, so it is a linking verb. Is connects the jab he with the noun jack. The noun jack tells the identity of the subject he. Moving further, she became angry, and as I have already told you in the other video that be forms and become, then turn, they are all linking verbs. So similarly, became to is a linking verb. As you see, became connects angry with she. She is the subject here, angry is the adjective here. So it has to be either noun or adjective. यहाँ पे adjective है, तो became जो यहाँ पे है वो linking verb है. The adjective angry describes the subject she. Amy turned red. यहाँ पे फिर से देखें आप, जो red है ये adjective है. सॉरी, स्टार बन गया, ए लिखना है हमने. ओके, रेड एडजेक्टिव है एंड एम इज सब्जेक्ट हेयर. और टर्न क्या है, बिकॉज इट कनेक्ट्स सब्जेक्ट विद द एडजेक्टिव हेयर, सो इट इज व्हाट, linking verb. So turn connects the subject Amy with the adjective red. The adjective red describes the subject Amy. Okay. Some more examples. The linking verb is in bold. यहाँ पे जो है ये linking verbs हैं bold में. I'm Beth. You are a teacher. He is a good cook. He became a successful businessman. Lisa seems more tired than usual. You don't look so surprised. Dinner smells wonderful. यहाँ पे देखें आप, dinner जो है सब्जेक्ट है, वंडरफुल जो है एडजेक्टिव है, और इनको कौन जोड़ता है बीच में, स्मेल्स. सो इट्स अ लिंकिंग वर्ब. यू डोंट लुक सो सरप्राइज्ड. यू यहाँ पे सब्जेक्ट है, सरप्राइज्ड एडजेक्टिव है, सो यहाँ पे कनेक्ट लुक कर रहा है, एंड डोंट गो विद adverb or negative word here. Lisa seems more tired than usual. Tired adjective है, seems connect कर रहा है. Lisa is the subject here. Similarly, you can see it yourself. The other sentences I didn't tell you, or did I? Okay, let's move further. Many linking verbs can also be used as action verbs. यहाँ पे ये action verbs हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं linking verbs को. For example, you look terrible. जब आप कहते हो you look terrible, so there is some action happening in the sentence. You look terrible. So you feel that some action is happening in this situation. You look terrible. And when you say look at me, so किसी को आप कहते हो look at me, and he actually looks at you, and there's action happening there at that place, at with that person rather. So look यहाँ पे action verb है. These cookies taste strange. Taste linking verb है यहाँ पर. He will not taste the cake. Taste यहाँ पे है. Sorry. He will not taste the cake. जो taste है linking verb भी है, और यहाँ पे as action verb भी इस्तेमाल हुआ है. So there are some sentences for you. It's an exercise. You have to do it and send me accordingly on my WhatsApp, or you have to upload it on the portal, school portal I mean. So यहाँ पे क्या करना है, अंडरलाइन द वर्ब को अंडरलाइन करना है. सर्कल द डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. जो अगर आपको डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट कहीं पे दिखता है वहाँ पे आपको सर्कल करना है. और अगर वो ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब है तो टी लिखना है, इंट्रांजिटिव वर्ब है तो आई लिखना है. आई विल डू वन फॉर यू. फॉर एग्जांपल, पहले आपको वर्ब ढूंढना है. वर्ब कहाँ पे है? सॉ इज ए वर्ब. दैट मीन्स ये अंडरलाइन करना है आपको. देन सर्कल द डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. द शो डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट है. एमली सॉ द शो लास्ट नाइट. अब ये कहना है कि ये जो वर्ब है यहाँ पे अंडरलाइन वर्ब है, ये ट्रांजिटिव है कि इंट्रांजिटिव है. तो ये ट्रांजिटिव है बिकॉज इट टेक्स द डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट है. आपको लिखना है टी यहाँ पर. तो सिमिलरली यू कैन डू इट योर सेल्फ. जो बाकी सेंटेंसेज हैं, आई विल रीड इट फॉर यू. वी ओपन द गिफ्ट आफ्टर द पार्टी. द किंग सैट एट द एंड ऑफ द टेबल. Sentence 4. The manager gave me a refund. Sentence 5. The wind blew violently. Sentence 6. The coach gave the team the trophy. 7. The horse galloped briskly through the field. We paid the worker for the job. 9. The boys played games for us. This reminded me of in Mamul Haq. The boys played well. Okay, sentence 10. The flag, what is it? Flew in the wind. My grandma made me chocolate cake. A Yuanta ran around the yard. The students have completed their tests. Sentence 14 is I finished my assignment on time. We looked for a taxi when we left the movie. And again you have to write whether these sentences are the underlined verbs are transitive or intransitive. You have to write accordingly. For example, when he arrived, nobody was there to greet him. So as you see, you don't have any direct object after arrived. Nobody was there to greet him, so it is an intransitive verb. You have to write here I bought a bicycle. Again, I bought is the verb, a bicycle is the object, so you have to write here T because it's transitive verb. Transitive verb, what's transitive verb? Any verb that takes a direct object, that's called transitive verb. So this is all for today. I'll be coming back to you with some new stuff. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.